What's up, everybody? Got another episode of Ask FP coming right now. Y'all continue to use the hashtag AskFP throughout the week. Whatever you want to ask me about sports and sports video games on Twitter, shoot. Here we go with the first question. 25 to Life says, are we ever going to get a patch to be able to get tattoos and headbands for our creative players? Not talking my player. I understand exactly what you mean, man. I have actually putting together a list that I'm going to forward over to 2K. I'm actually waiting on the other problems to be resolved first. Things with the servers and instability in the menus. I ran into a real big issue while I was doing my roster, had to get a workaround. So first things first on there. Nathaniel Yema says, when will they have the update for the Cavs new court on 2K? I don't know. That's something that I would also group. Actually, I might even put that behind 25 to Life's question, because they're not going to touch anything until they fix the stability on the game, just to be honest. The rest of the other stuff is going to, have to come in time. Jack says, what do you record with? What microphone do you use? When I start my gaming channel, I promise to give you a shout out. Appreciate that, Jack. I use a microphone called the Blue Snowball, and I edit with Cyberlink Power Director. And I have the Elgato HDMI, not the brand new one, but I had one right before that. That's what I do the video audio with. Sometimes my audio fluctuates in and out, but that's kind of like a user error, to be honest, and a product of me trying to get a lot of content out. Jay Will, aptly named, says, can you create Jason Williams, aka White Chocolate, and put him on one of your custom rosters? I might put him in the Legends roster. I made a list and I put the list of the guys that were going to be in the Legends roster in the description of those videos. So take a look at that. He might make it in. I'm not sure. Diego Miranda says, how do I put tattoos on creative players? Can't find any option for that anywhere on 2K15. That's because it don't exist. You can't do it, which is a thing I would like to see them add or whatever in a patch. I don't know if that's patchable. It should be. I stopped limiting what's patchable. Does anybody see what EA Sports UFC did with their patches? I mean, it's like a brand new game, so I don't know what all is patchable anymore. JMR2 says, do you think Allen Iverson will make the Hall of Fame? A lot of people say no because of his attitude, but we're talking about his game. Allen Iverson will definitely be in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame in basketball is not like it is in baseball. Baseball, you kind of they want you to be a certain type of citizen, at least in the last 20 years. Dennis Rodman's in the Hall of Fame. If Dennis Rodman's in the Hall of Fame, there's nowhere in the world Allen Iverson won't be. Matthew Johnson says, hey, you gave NBA 2K15 a 9.3. Are you shocked that IGN gave it a 7.8 or not really? Not really, because it's all about when their review came out. I might have answered this question last week. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Y'all forgive me. Yeah, it's all about when their review came out. Their review came out after we saw what was happening with the servers, so I understood that. Yeah, so I get it. Thirsty Video in bio, all right, says, can you edit player accessories in MyGM? I believe you can, to a certain extent. I think you can. I really do think you can. I think so. I have to double check that. Actually, I thought I knew the answer to that until I really read and really kind of absorbed that. So Brandon Cage says, where do I find the stage? I can't seem to find it. I'm running all around the Jordan Rec Center and can't find it. I think he kind of figured this out, went out afterwards, but I kept it in here just in case somebody else was wondering. If you got Xbox One, the stage is exclusive to PlayStation 4 for the first 30 days of release. So if you can't find it and you're on Xbox One, that would be why. Next up, we got Ty Bud says, what does the red interior circle on your player indicate? What indicates shot fatigue? Thanks. I believe the red indicator circle does indicate shot fatigue when you shoot the ball. I don't know. I have to ask my son that. He makes sure he watches the shot circle closely. So I think it does. I think it's about the shot fatigue, to be honest, though. It turns red when you let the meter go too far. I know that. So Damon Stokes said, how did you create Reggie Miller in NBA 2K15? Basically, I took the statistics from the year I chose. Whenever I create anybody, I pull a picture up right next to the, on my monitor, right next to the television. While I'm, creating the guy, I'm literally trying to stretch everything out to match as much as possible. There are some limitations with the creation tool, even though it's much better than before. But, there it is. Jalen Cook says, what is your favorite Kansas City Royals moment? Man, I would have to say Kane's catch like a couple weeks ago, earlier in the playoffs. When they showed like that image on the tweet of how much ground he covered, and he was running 21.6 miles per hour at his top speed, that dude's a freak. I mean, he's amazing. So right now, I would say that's my favorite Royals memory right now. Matthew Edwards says, do you make the custom draft classic files for Xbox One or just PlayStation 4? If not, who do you recommend for Xbox One? I don't have anybody I can recommend. I do make them just for PlayStation 4, but I've been getting a lot of requests from Xbox One guys. So what I might do is do a video series where I'm showing like, each screen. I'm gonna tell you that's gonna take a lot of time, but I may do that at some point. But yeah, because I have been getting a lot of requests from Xbox One people. Jalen Cook says, do you think EA will add NBC or CBS to their Madden games? Probably not. Probably not. NFL probably is like telling them they can't do that or something, because the NFL is spread over 4 different networks. So I would say probably not. If anything, you might see red zone coverage. Now that's something I could see happening. Roman says, I know you have a ton of going on in terms of creating, but when it dies down, would you ever do a celebrity baller draft class? I thought about it, like doing like a hip hop one or something like that, Nas and that type of thing. I thought about it, but I don't know. I can't really answer that definitively right now. Jalen Cook says, do you think EA will bring the Fight Night series back? God, I hope so. I want it. Oh my God. If you ask me right now, it would be a tough one. If you ask me what sports series do I want back the most, between Fight Night and college hoops, man, it's a real fight. And then NCAA football is right behind that. So I want them. Brandon Cage says, I haven't really been online the last week. Have the servers improved at all on 2K15? Oh my God, that was a serious question, right? No. How about that? No. It's not even just the servers right now. I'm actually frustrated because it's messing with offline stuff. So I'm trying to make rosters and stuff, and it's crashing when you scroll past the free agent section. So that's like crazy. Brandon K says, I know you like to play with creative wrestlers, but who do you anticipate being your top 5 favorite real wrestlers to use in WWE 2K15? Roman Reigns, Cesaro, The Rock, Seth Rollins, and Kofi Kingston. That would probably be my favorite because they're gonna have a cool movesets. They're gonna have cool movesets. Brandon Cage also says, how much confidence do you have that Rose can stay healthy, Derrick Rose, this year? And if he does remain healthy, he had a second part that's gonna come up shortly after that. I think it's hard to say. I mean, he looks good, looks healthy. Everything looks good. I mean, he dropped 30 in 27 minutes on Cleveland, but I mean, obviously that was a preseason game. He says, and if he does remain healthy, what type of production do you expect? I think that as long as he's healthy, he's going to be the same guy he was. He's going to be the same guy he was. If anything, he might be even better. Rose just has to learn how to play at different speeds. And I think he's learning that. He really only plays 100 miles per hour. That was the way he played earlier. When he starts to learn how to pace himself, that explosion of speed is going to be just that much more effective. The Greatest says, if my Patriots lost the way they did in your Madden 15 video, I'm going to retire from watching football. Now, you have to have seen my video. If you have not seen this video, I'm going to put the link in the description. You got to watch my Madden Week 8 game against the New England Patriots in my Bears Connected franchise series. I'm not going to say nothing. He already gave away part of it. You got to watch the ending. It is banana cakes. I'm trying to tell you. It's ridiculous. It's like the greatest ending ever. I play like garbage for the most of the game, but it's a crazy ending. Alex Reeves says, do you think the number of people not being able to connect to the servers will help EA? He's talking about NBA 2K. It's been a long week without my career. Bro, they tweeting about it. They tweeting about it. You heard that, right? They tweeting about it. Man, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be honest. I really think that this server issue needs to be resolved within the next 3 to 4 days. Because NBA Live, I'm not trying to say NBA Live is serious competition or anything like that. Not yet. But I do think that the game NBA Live is improving. And especially if people can say that well, at least the servers are more dependable. At least the game doesn't crash. And if people can start to say that, and people get really frustrated with what's going on with 2K, man, there's no lead too big. There's no lead too big. There is no such thing as an insurmountable lead as long as the other side is still plugging away. And this kind of stuff right here, you know, people on NBA Live side are like, yes, opening. You know, so 2K is awesome with their innovation and their ideas and stuff, but they really have to be careful of not over promising and under delivering. And sometimes that's what we see, you know, with this really cool ideas, all this stuff comes out like, oh yeah, that's gonna be awesome, but it's gotta work. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta work. And you know, when stuff ain't working on offline, then that's really like what is really going on. So don't get me wrong, I still love the game. The game is ridiculous, awesome, but this has got to stop. This has got to stop. Got to get cleaned up, you know. So we went a little bit longer. Didn't have a lot of questions this time, but I want to let y'all know I am giving away. Last week I gave away NBA 2K15 on Xbox One. To actually, you had to answer the question. I had to answer a trivia question based off of my franchise fiction series. I was shocked at how quickly the question was answered. I thought I came up with something tough. I mean, somebody had to answer in like a minute. It was crazy. So I'm gonna give away another one. I'm giving away another one tomorrow. Now today is Tuesday, October 21st. So I don't know when you're gonna see this video, but today is Tuesday, October 21st. On Wednesday, October 22nd, Wednesday evening, I'm going to give away another NBA 2K15 on Xbox One. Another one. You feel me? And it's because I appreciate everybody in Franchise Nation, everybody that watches the videos. Really do appreciate you guys. I'm giving away another one. You have to watch my live stream on Twitch to know what the question is. All right, so I'm gonna give a question. You're gonna have to as a matter of fact, no, we're not going to do it that way. What we're going to do, I'm going to give other people some more opportunity to watch it. So I'm going to talk about it on Twitch tomorrow. So anybody who's not watching this video, you guys can check it out. I'm going to do what I did last week. I'm going to tweet out the question. The first person to respond to the tweet with the right answer is going to be the winner. It's just going to be just that simple. The first person to respond to the tweet with the right answer is going to be the winner. So you guys, make sure you stay tuned. Check your timelines, whatever you got to do to know when that tweet comes through, because it's going to come through tomorrow night. More than likely, I'll let you know what time. But last week we did it at 10 p.m. Central Time, Wednesday night. I'll probably do it the same time again this week. So everybody, stay tuned. Hopefully we can get that in the hands of somebody who really wants it, really needs it. That's what I'm aiming for. But yeah, that'll do it, man. Y'all, I appreciate you watching, and you know, watching, listening, however you hear. Y'all subscribe, follow, peace.